So last class we have seen how to set up the driver for Chrome driver. All right. So first we set the system property using WebDriver.Chrome.driver property with where the driver is, the path of the driver as the property value, and then we'll create instance of the driver. So WebDriver driver is for new Chrome driver. We'll take care of it like this. So Chrome driver has all the instance, all the methods defined. So we'll use the instance of WebDriver to access the methods like get, which will launch the URL. Right. Okay. So then we can do all operations using this driver. So yesterday, in last class, we have seen till this part. So today we will continue with the same example. So after launching the browser, Chrome browser, we got the URL, and next step we have to do is to maximize the browser. So that we can do by driver.manage.window.maximize. Let's do that. So similarly, we can do the same thing with Firefox. These are all Firefox operations. This is Chrome. And this is Edge. Oh, so Edge is here. Okay, this is Internet Explorer IE. So similarly, we can open the Firefox browser. So set the system property to WebDriver.Gecko.driver instead of Chrome.driver. Oh, anybody? Somebody speaking?
I have a question actually.
Yeah, what is the question?
I did the same thing, but it doesn't really run. It's showing some kind of error.
What kind of error?
Like exception thread, main, Java, like there's just a lot of error.
Okay, so can you share your screen? See. Okay, I'm gonna let you share the screen. Who is speaking?
Russell?
Russell. Okay, I'm gonna make you the president. Which Russell? There are two Russells. Okay, share your screen.
You got it?
Okay, so you have set the system property to Chrome, and we're trying to get the URL. Okay, run it and hit. What happened? Oh, I can't see your screen now. Okay, is screen shared?
Yeah, this.
I
You,
see blank screen.
you can
The
see my screen?
no, I see the black screen.
Can you?
No, I cannot see your screen now. Does anybody see screen? I see talented screen, not your screen.
Visible now. I don't know why you can really see it.
Okay. Does anyone else see the screen?
Oscar.
Sir Russell, we can see your screen, but we can't hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I got disconnected. I can't see your screen now. Okay, you wanna share? I'll share my screen and show you how it runs. Then you can compare. Okay, your go-to meeting is blocking the Eclipse. Probably that's why. Can you make me the presenter back? I'll show you. Yeah. Hello. I do not see your screen. Make me the presenter. I'll show you on my screen. Okay. One second. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I can see, I can see this.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna run, and you can compare on your screen what's lacking. So that way it's better. It's if you share your screen, I'm getting disconnected. All right. Okay, so
You want me to share my screen now?
no, do not. That's what I said just now. If you share your screen, I'm getting disconnected. Okay, so I'm gonna run and use compare with your Eclipse code and see what's the issue with yours. Just compare. So let me explain again. So first, I am setting the property WebDriver Chrome.driver. That is the property name, and you have to set the property value to the exact path. Otherwise, you're gonna get exceptions issues. Okay, so this is where I have stored my driver.exe. Correct? Exactly, you have to do this. Either use backslash, double backslash, or single forward slash. Okay, so if you're getting exception like file not found, it's most gonna be the path issue. Okay, so exactly follow the instructions like I said. Use either double backslash or single forward slash. Okay, then that's the most 99% that could be issue. And then I created instance of WebDriver for the Chrome driver. Okay, I'm writing the comments clearly here. So if you do not understand, you can always read it later. But if you if you don't understand right now, ask right away. So then I launch the browser, Chrome browser, because I created the Chrome driver. Okay, so in this I have all the functions. This is the interface. This is the class that is implementing the interface. I told you, right? So the get and all like methods are declared in the WebDriver class, a WebDriver interface, whereas this has these defined methods. So all I'm trying to do is driver.get as a URL. So what it will do, it will simply launch the browser. Okay. So till this we have seen. So let me run it and show you again. We will go there. So run. If you're getting issue till here, it's most likely your path issue.
I think, sorry, Sangam interrupt, because your directory is E. Maybe his directory is C or D like that. Maybe he copy as usual same as you want. That is the problem. Maybe he saved for his Chrome driver is C driver. That's why he write down the C or backslash right the way, and then maybe his program is running.
Yeah, you're right. You could be.
As usual, he copy for you as the same. That's why he faced the problem.
Yeah. So take care of the path because I told you.
Yeah, maybe his one is C, and then his one is C.
I'll also write it. Somebody's speaking. Change drive letter accordingly. That's first comment. Okay. Use the backslash. So take care of that, the driver thing, drive letter thing. Okay, so I got some exception too. So let's find out what this exception is about. I got timeout exception. So timeout exception means it's waiting. The driver, your automation code is faster, whereas the application is slower. So that's when the timeout exception occurs. So that's a synchronization issue. We can take care of that too. Okay, so let me close this browser so that I can launch the Chrome driver browser. So always click on this and see where this is occurring. So URL checker, and these are not my classes. My class is Selenium to Google Test, right? So anywhere it you see? No, I don't see anywhere. So just rerun. So these two are fine. Anything other than two or not fine?
Sangam, I think after your directory E, is it okay if you're using double /? Before the automation projects, is it a problem? Or you can use both?
Yeah, wait a second, wait. Yeah, you can use either double / or single /, which either is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and drive, like Shukla said, you could be using the exact copy paste of the same driver. So you need to
my suggestion is, I don't know who is speaking, and then your name, can you repeat your name please? And then you can take your Chrome driver and then see, because Sangam, he used defined driver. And then our, as everybody, maybe auto save is C drive. You can use C drive.
No, I wrote my own code, so I didn't copy from Sangam first of all.
I understand. But you download the Chrome driver. This one is deposit and save for the C drive. This one
I understand. I wrote the clear path.
Just you this machine and take it and then maybe copy and paste. That's why is the okay.
Okay, so that you take care of. Even if you write from the sketch, you still have to.
Just right, Sangam, sorry, I can interrupt. This PC, right button, property, and then setting, you saw the your path. And then that time you copy and paste it, maybe this time is working.
Yeah, so do that. And okay, so Russell, what error you're getting? Can you ping in the chat window so that I can see the error exception? Or say it out loud. What is the exception that is displayed? Okay, so never mind. So let me continue. I launched the browser, and which launched successfully, right? Now what you're gonna do, you can maximize the browser. So I actually maximized it manually, so it was like this. So I'll include maximize the browser. By default, when you get driver.get, you just launch the browser in the restored mode. Okay, this is the restored mode, last restored mode, and it will open the URL. Okay, then I have to do some management about the browser, so which is like maximize, minimize, whatever, restore to certain zoom level or something, anything I can manage. So that's I'm going to do right now. Maximize.
Hey Sangam, we cannot see your screen.
Say that again.
We cannot see your screen. Is it get frozen?
Oh, you cannot. And no one can see my screen. Okay, I got the share screen again. Wait a second. Okay, can you see the screen right now? Is it loading?
No.
Okay, wait a
That
second.
was okay.
Okay, it shows as screen shared right now. So let me know when you see the screen. I'll start. You can see my screen now, or?
Yeah, now we can see.
You can see? I'm
Yeah.
running some task manager. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's maximize the browser window. So how do we do that? Driver dot dot, when you press dot, it will try to list out all the available methods or fields or variables or functions. So it will take time, first time. Okay, so let's use driver dot manage dot. I want to manage window. So the browser window, I want to manage. What I want to do, I can either want to go full screen or get size or get position or maximize. So I'm gonna maximize now. So this is the same line which we are going to use repeatedly, or we can put it in a reusable function and just call it. So first, let me show you the simple way. Then we can go with the framework way. So this is not framework. This is just a simple what is what. So that will maximize the browser. Then we will continue. So it will maximize like this. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I wanna type something in this search box. Simple. So let's say I'm gonna type say any type search term. Let's type New York Times. All right. So New York, I'm gonna type New York Times. Simple. Okay, so if you see, this is what I'm explaining, manual test case. This is what manual tester would do. Then we will automate it. So first, it's important to understand what a manual tester would do if it is a manual test case. So then I got some suggestions. So I can go for suggestions, or I can just hit the enter button, or I can actually click this Google search, right? So let me click on Google search. So once you click, what happens is it will list out all the results. So my test case is I just wanna take this title of the page, which is exactly similar to my search term hyphen Google search, and take it and store it in my code and compare it with my expected value, which is according to the business requirement. So that also says my search term space hyphen space Google search. Okay, so then compare both. If both are equal, I can report it as pass, otherwise fail. So that's, and close the browser. That is a simple test case. Okay, let's try and do that. So after maximizing, what's the next step? The next step is to type. Google search. Okay, so this is the first time we are interacting with any object. So far we haven't interacted with any object, right? So we just launched the browser. That's not interacting with the browser object. It is just interacting with the browser itself. Then we maximize the browser. So these are browser window related activities or actions. Now we are trying to interact with the object displayed inside the window, browser window. So that this one. So in order to interact with any object displayed inside the browser window, you need to find its unique path, which is either denoted by XPath, in short, in full XML path, or extensible markup language path, or CSS selector in short, or cascading style sheet selector. Okay, and there are different locators, ID, CSS selector, XPath. So most likely we are going to use XPath. Okay, so we are gonna by identify object. Okay. XPath is more accurate than any other locator, so we are gonna use the XPath. Okay, so there is whole new chapter for XPath, so I'm gonna explain, but for now I'm just gonna show you. So always right click on the object you want to get XPath, and there is a option called inspect, or you can also press Ctrl+Shift+I as a shortcut. Now it's gonna open document object model, or in short known as DOM. So it will open on the right side or left side. You can dock it. So let's dock it later. Okay, so this is called DOM, or document object model. So what is it? It's actually displaying all the properties and their values of each and every object with their hierarchy as given by the developer. Okay, as per the business requirements, of course. Okay, so now I can dock it. Dock out, dock left, dock down, dock bottom, dock right. So I can dock bottom. Dock up is not available. So, okay, now it looks neater. Okay, so I want to interact with this object, right? So all you have to do is click on this arrow. As soon as you click on this arrow, it will turn blue. Okay, that means you clicked on the arrow. Now go and click on the object, inside the object, or anywhere inside the object. Now I clicked on it, it is highlighted. Okay, now it shows the object properties and their values. If there are multiple properties, it will show multiple, or if there is one property, it will show one. So the first word is the type of object. So this input is the type of object. So this is basically input box. That's why it is input. And its class is so and so. So everything that you see after the type is property and value combination. So property is on the property name is on the left hand side of the equal sign, and property value is on the right hand side of the equal sign within quotes. So it's property and value combo every time. So every property and value combo is separated by a space. There is no comma or semicolon, anything like that. So class property, class value is this GL, Google, FLF, GSFI, whatever. Max length is 2048. Name is equal to Q. Type is equal to text. JS action is so and so. Area is so and so, and blah 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 until label is equal to search. There are like 10, 12 properties. Title is equal to search, right? Okay, so this is the complete signature of this object. So like any object has properties and methods in real time. Also, like pen has property, color and its length, and what it can do is a method. So right. So likewise, this object has properties. These are all properties, and what it can do is it will enable you to type something in. That is its method. So that is later. But these are all properties. And if you look at it, it has hierarchy. So this is the child of style, and style is the child of div object. Div is the child of a div. So if you go all the way up, the topmost object is okay the body, and body belongs to HTML. So whole, if hover over HTML, it will select everything. So that means HTML is the topmost element or object. So HTML has body, right? That's a body, and all these are its sub elements. So this belongs to somewhere, this, and goes like this. So there are divs, lot of divs here, right? So you might ask, like, where are the divs? I can't see the divs. So those divs are hidden. So divs are like tables or something, divisions here, which are hidden. So hidden is another property. Hidden is equal to, that means they don't, they're not visible. Okay, so input is our type, and we want to interact with this input box or search text box or search box, whatever. Now, in order to interact, you need to find out its locator. So XPath is what we are gonna use. So let's try to find out. All you have to do is, in order to write your XPath and evaluate it, you have to press Ctrl F. It will open find by string selector or XPath. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to type /. So why /? Because I want to write the relative XPath, not the absolute XPath. So what is relative? I don't. If I had to write absolute XPath, I had to cover all this hierarchy, right? Starting from HTML /body/ div/div/div/div/ all the way till input. So that will become cumbersome. So it will just take the whole line. So instead, if I just mention /, that means it's relative. So just I'm going to ignore all the hierarchy elements. I'm just going to concentrate on the local or immediate relative or parent. So immediate is this one. So first my priority is to concentrate on local, and I have to see to it that I'll get one and only one match. Okay. If there are 0 matches, the XPath is invalid. If there are 2 or more matches, there are multiple objects with the same XPath, which is also not good. So I have to get exactly one match. So if I get multiple matches, I have to take into consideration the relatives. Okay, relative in the sense parents, siblings, and everything. Okay, so local is input. So this is a input box. So just type type of object and open the bracket. Okay, as soon as you open the bracket, what happens is there are multiple inputs, right? So it will just ignore. So do it again. Select this arrow and click on this. Again, you're back to your object, which is highlighted now. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to mention at least one property and its value provided by =, or if you are gonna use the partial match, then you can use contains. So I'll show you the exact match first, then we'll go for the partial match. So I can see I can use at least one of. Okay, I can use more also in case there are multiple matches. So let's take first one. So I want to take the title is search. Okay, that looks more appropriate. So I'll take search title. So whenever you're using the object property name, always prefix it with @sign. Okay, that's the notation. Title. Okay, and equal. All right. Then use single quote. Okay, and this is the search, right? You can actually copy it. Double click on it, it will only select that, and here and paste it over here and end it by that single quote only, not double quote, and close the bracket. Okay, so now as soon as I did it, it highlighted it in hello, and it showed one of one match. That means it is correct. So I'm getting exactly one match, which is what I need. If you get one of two matches or two of two matches, something like that, you're close to it. You still have to enhance this further by mentioning its parents and grandparents or children, whatever. So that this is very simple. So I'm going to take it as it is and copy it, Control-C, and come back to your Eclipse. Okay, and paste it over here just for the time being. That is your XPath for the. This is the XPath for what? box export. Okay. Now we have to interact with this. That means you have to type something, New York or something. Okay. So in order to interact with, you have to use driver dot. Every time you have to use a driver. There is no other option. Every operation you are going to perform in the browser, you have to use a driver. Driver dot. Now using driver, I want to find the element. Just type find, and there are two options. Choose the first option, find element. Okay, so find element. Then it would ask you to use by class. Okay, by class has different locators. By locators, that's what we call. Just press dot again. By dot. Now it will display all the locators you want to choose. So I can either go for cssSelector or ID or linkText. It is not a linkText, so I cannot use a linkText. So you use appropriately. Name, PartialLink text, tagName, XPath finally. So we are going to use XPath. Just select XPath. By dot XPath. Okay, now it would ask you to enter the XPath expression. So the XPath expression I found is this one, input title search, right? So exactly put that in here in double quotes, not single quotes. So this would return the web element itself. So the web element is this one. The whole thing is gonna return the web element. So on the we just tried it the web element. On this web element, I'm gonna operate something. So I'm gonna perform the action, which is like typing something. So which is whose method is called. Anybody? Send keys. I'm going to send keys to it. So that is the method name. So again, it would ask the argument for the send keys. It's a method which takes the argument, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send keys. But what send keys? You have to type something. So you type whatever you want to type in the search box. So I'm going to type New York Times. So that is the complete sentence for performing the single action. Okay. So driver dot find element by XPath with this particular XPath dot send keys, and text would actually type the whole thing in here like this. Okay. Now let's try to execute till here and see if it is working or not. Then we'll continue. So always try to debug step by step, one step at a time. So I'm closing this because if I don't close, it will open another instance of Windows. So it won't. So after that, I'll kill the browser in here. Once we finish the. So let me run this. Till here, any doubts? Anyone? I got disconnected again. Share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see now.
Okay, was your disconnected? I was explaining for till now. So did it? Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, so far you create the same key. Yeah, so
Oh,
far we got it.
oh, okay. So you're not disconnected then. So I thought
Yeah.
I was disconnected for some time. Okay, so yeah. Okay, anyway. So I was explaining this how to interact with this element. So let's try and run. Okay, so till now it's automated. So we just try it. And next thing, what we are good or what we have to do, we have to what we have to do. Click on this. So in order to click on this, again we have to find out the XPath. So let's try that. Okay, so let's try input. And value is Google search. You can type that, or you can type name button. Okay, so let's go with first one. So either you can use exact match or partial match. So I was explaining about the exact match earlier, right? Now I'll explain the partial match. So in order to use partial match, use contains, all right, and @ property name. Property name is value, all right, and comma instead of equal, comma, and you can type the full or partial. So based on the match, you can stick to that. So let's type search.
Your screen is frozen, and then the Google Drive is active. That time it's frozen.
Okay. Okay. So let's see. So you can't see my screen now. Can you see my screen now? Hello.
No, no,
Okay. You
no.
can see my screen now. So I shared my screen. Why can't you see it? Let's try to close this. Let me know when you can see the screen. I'm just waiting. Or let me stop sharing and share again. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
No.
No.
You see the screen.
You still can't. Sweet. Full blank. Okay, that's what happened before also. Blank screen. What is? Let me see here. Oh, 100%.
You can see it now.
Oh, you can see. Okay, great. So I just I evaluated new XPath expression for the Google search button. So the same way, but I use the partial match instead of full match. So this is the exact match when you use equal sign. When you use contains, it's a partial match, so that I can use part of it or full. So if I see it, it's just one of two matches. That means two matches. I can't use it. So I have to further dig down. So let me see if I can use div. Okay, so div is its parent. So just go for its parent, div and single slash. Oh, sorry, not div. So center is its parent, isn't it? Input and center. So go for center. It's still one of two matches. So center's parent is div. Okay, you just go backward in the hierarchy. So div Okay, so now still one of two matches. So mention the divs property. So I can take class, div class class equals VLCLAE. Okay, so now it is single match. So this is how you have to work on the XPath. So I mentioned inputs parent center and its parent div, right? So I also mentioned divs property and value combination. So then I got 1 of 1. So I can use this. Instead of this, I'm going to use this. Okay, so all you have to do is after typing in, you can see the screen now, right?
Sangam, can you repeat one more time? Partial and I for the and how do we get the B data C and this and this
You can see the screen or not? What happened before? It was disconnected or something?
Yeah, that time we disconnected. I didn't
Okay,
saw.
so, let me explain again. So this till this normal XPath, right? Input.
Yeah,
So this is
is
partial match. I was explaining partial match. Okay, so partial match is using contains. That means value contains Google search, right? So value Google search. All right. So the main advantage of partial match is I don't have to mention the full term here. Even if I mention search, it would be still fine. Okay. The reason why it is showing 0 of 0 is this particular element is not there because I didn't mention the relativity symbol, double slash. Now it shows. So, but it shows two matches, 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. So if you click on this, this is the second value. Okay. So this is also there somewhere. Somewhere here it exists. That's what it says. Hidden. So I have to get 1 of 1 match exactly. So in order to get 1 of 1 match, you have to work on its here backward, right? So if you look at it, inputs immediate parent is center. So I'm gonna mention the same here. Now we again look at it, still 2 matches. Now again center's parent is div. Okay, so I'm going backward from down to bottom to top. Div. Okay, I'm going to mention all its parent. Inputs parent is center. Center after mentioning center its parent also it just showed 2 matches. So again I have to mention its grandparent. Inputs parent's parent is div. So div, let's see. Okay, still 2 matches. Okay. Now I have to dig down again. So div's property, take one of these properties. I can take JS name also. Okay, so watch carefully. So copying JS name.
I got your point. Yeah, and then you can select the div and then class and then this field. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to practice more on it. So even if you understand, sometimes you get confused. So it's practice. Okay, now I'm mentioning the grandparents property and value combination. So at the rate property name equals value. So you can copy right from here. So just double click on it. It will select equals. Put it in a single quote and close this. Now suddenly 1 of 1 matches. That means this combination is unique. Okay, that's what you have to say. So this and this combination tree together gives me a unique XPath. Now I can use this, copy this. And so I'm going to use this one or this one. So all I did is just change the JS name or class name, but it doesn't matter. I can take any one of these properties of grandfather, JS name or class. So both will do. Okay, so now I have to operate on that. How do I operate? So basically what I'm doing is click on what? Google search button or link, whatever it is. Okay, so these are the XPaths, right? Let me keep the XPath syntax there. All right, now come down and click on it. So how do we click on it? Using the driver. So again, I have to repeat the same thing that I did here. That using driver dot find element by XPath, and this is XPath, right? Dot. Now what I can do on this object, I can click. Okay, appropriate method here to perform. I cannot type on this box, right? I cannot type on this, so you have to click. I can type in here. I can click on here. So I'm applying the click method. So that will click. Okay. So you understood this XPath. So I'm gonna explain this about XPaths again. Okay. So these are all how to open the browsers, Firefox browser. All it changes is a property name. For Firefox, it's WebDriver.Locator.driver. If you wanna execute these automated test cases in Edge browser, you have to mention WebDriver.Edge.driver and wherever you store that file. Okay, so this is the file you can store. And if I'm gonna perform this in Internet .i.driver, so property name changes and value is your wherever you store the file. So it's all up to you. Okay, remaining everything the same here. Okay, instantiating this also changes. So when I'm instantiating Chrome driver, it's WebDriver is put new Chrome driver. When I'm instantiating Firefox driver, it is Firefox driver. It is Edge driver, and it is Internet Explorer. So because they took this WebDriver and implemented this method, so you have to call this. That's only different. Okay, now we have seen how to work on XPath. So what is the XPath? XPath is to uniquely identify the application's objects in browser. So what we have done, how to find out XPaths, I have actually mentioned somewhere here. Yeah. So in Chrome, how do you open the DOM window? What is DOM window? Document object model is DOM window. So you press F12 or just right click on this and inspect element. Okay, then it will open DOM, document object model. So I'm gonna take this up so that you know what we are doing here. So in order to open DOM, so in Chrome, these are the shortcuts, and in Firefox, you can use FireBug or FirePath. Okay, so operations in DOM, what I have done just now, I have just listed out, documented all this. I highlighted the object in row, arrow, so I highlighted this, clicked on this, okay. And note the properties and values and XPath based out of DOM, write and validate. If it is one of one match, then you got it. Exactly. Okay, so now I have done it in two different manners, right? One is a full match, exact match. So this is what I explained in first. So exact match is just this is a double slash represents relative and type of object input. So example is here. I'll just take this example and put it here so that you know. This is a example. This is the syntax. For full match, exact match or full match. Type at their property name equals to property value. Exactly. Type at their property name equals to property value. Okay, simple. Now if I want to go for partial match, which is most likely recommended, okay, so I'm going to put star here. So the syntax is this one. I'll type contains at their property name and property property value. So example is this one. So the example I showed you is little bit different. So I'm going to come to that. Input value is equal to such so and so. So this is what I've done. Example 1. So again, same thing, double slash input contains at the rate value search. Okay. Forget about it's one match or single match, but that's the example. Example 2 is little bit different because I am using instead of at the rate, I am using bracket. Okay. So that is an exception. It is for text. You don't use at the rate, use this one. So I'm going to just mention for property use with property name. And in case of okay, so if it is text property use text bracket open bracket okay. So only for text you can use this. For all others you have to use at the rate. So that's why I gave 2 examples. Now, third example is little complicated. If you're not going to get one-of-one match, you have to use the parents and everything, right? That's exactly what I've done before. So syntax for simple Xpath with multiple properties. Okay, so parent elements, I mentioned all the parent elements here and their property value combinations, right? Prop equals val, and val, prop, property and value. Okay, so this goes on and on. So you can also mention parent, one more parent. So parent 2, parent element 1. So parent elements, that's why I mentioned. Pipe means property name, property value. Okay, if still you're not getting one-of-one match, then I can use and. Okay, I can mention multiple properties. This I haven't shown you. So till this I have shown you. So we'll see this and contains next time. So the example I showed you is this one. So here, this is div is a parent and its property and value, and its child is center, and its child is input, and it contains this property and this value. So the whole thing exactly gives me one-of-one. So that's why I took it. So if still this is not going to give me, I just mentioned value 1, property 1, and value 2, property 2 here, like this. Okay, so it's going to get more complicated. So that's for the Xpath. If I'm going to use cssSelector or IDR, it would be like this instead of by.xpath. Okay, so I can use IDR text or linkText or Xpath or cssSelector like this. So if I'm going to use ID, I have to mention ID. So how I can mention ID? If there is any ID at all here, so this since there is no ID here, I cannot use ID. So that's out of question. So let me show you all the options that we can use. You can use class name also, right? So class name is class name. Just mentioning the different possibilities. Okay, so don't take this as for this one. So I'll just comment this out and put it in the notes. Okay, let me comment, copy this. So these are all different options for using. Ways of locating elements. Okay, one is class by class name, right? And then is cssSelector, right? If I'm going to use cssSelector, I have to mention the cssSelector. ID. So if I mention by.id, I have to mention the ID itself. Whatever the ID, I have to take it from the down. Next is so link. In order to click the link, I can mention the link text. So name for me is there. Name. So in this case, I can use name. Name is BTNK, but still you have to work on the whole XPath because you have to get one of them. So, but the possible this option is there. So that's why I'm writing it here. Name, then let's see. Partial link text. So partial link text, like the name suggests, if you're not going to mention full link text, then you can mention part of it. So in case, like for example, link text has some static value and some part of it is dynamic, so you can remove the dynamic value and just mention the static value. So you have to use the partial link text. Tag name is also possible. So these are all properties: tag name and ID name. Okay, so this particular object doesn't have tag name. Type. Okay, so this also doesn't have. So if you see tag name, then you can use tag name. I think last is X. Okay, XPath. So XPath anyway we are seeing. So these are all locators, right? So I'm just gonna mention this. The different ways of locating the objects. So elements of this. So these are different ways. So ultimately, you have to make sure there is only one match. Otherwise, you have to work on it, like I explained. So if it is text property, use text. If it is any other property, use this. I already wrote it. Like these are a couple of examples. Like A is for link mostly. Contains, this is a partial match. This is a property name. href is most likely to be used with a link. And this is a property value, some property value. If it is an image, img is a type and contains so and so. Link contains text. I want to use text only, let's say. Then text bracket. Span is for different span elements. So if at all they're present in the application, you can use span. A is again link. Okay. And this is the example for little bit complex XPath. So div and its child is label. Label contains this property and property value, and the label also contains at the rate for this, and label contains this and this. Okay. So this is 3 level. So I'm mentioning 3 property value combinations for the label just to get the single match. Okay. And so this is using ID. This is using title. Okay. And ID again. Okay. Star is used in case you do not know the type. So for example, if I don't know what type it is, I can use star. Star represents any type. So just mention star only in case you do not know. Those are all simple XPaths, one of which is complex. So more complex XPaths looks like this. Actually, this is also complex. So I'm going to take it here. So that's one example. Example 1 of complex export. Example 2. Okay, so same thing. There is a list element and which has link, A contains title, and so and contains href. So that, and then it contains another list element which is a child. So that's the whole hierarchy. So you have to mention the whole just to get single match. This would give us to 1 of 1 match. Example 2 is similar. So I mentioned 2 and then one more and with a text. Example 3, same thing. So my main element is label. So I mentioned its parent here. If you see, I did not mention single slash here. Single slash is the immediate parent. So double slash means there are more here, more elements. So which I skipped. So to indicate that, I mentioned double again. Double means immediate relative or distant relative we don't. So that's what it means, double. Okay. So then this would be example 4. This is actual simplex path only. So I have to mention. Okay, example 7. Okay, exact XPath matches will be looking like this. Equals means exact. Alright. Contains will indicate that it's a partial match. Okay. So compatibility relationship between these two is when you're downloading the browser, you have to make sure you're using the same driver. So that's a compatibility Chrome browser version. These are old versions, so just make sure you use the latest ones. Firefox, this browser works with this version of driver, okay? And Edge, this version of browser works with this version of driver. So these are all old, okay? And I'm gonna mention these. It's part of configuration. So yeah, right here. All right. So where we were in this case, we looked at this XPath and wrote the XPath and we mentioned it here. So these are just for your reference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna comment this out. So the bulk comment is Control-Shift/. I'm not going to execute this. It will just for your reference purposes only. Let's try and execute this, and then we will continue in the next class for the validation because it's getting late. Okay, so it will launch the browser and open the URL. Then next step is maximize. So step by step, in the same manner we mentioned in the code, it will perform. So maximize, then type, and it's clicking. Okay, so once it clicked, it displays all. So whatever we automated, it successfully got executed. Okay. So the next step is to capture this, the title. Okay, we can capture anything. We can capture this and this also, but just to keep it simple for the first test case, I don't want to make it complicated. So let's capture this title of the page and then compare it with. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, how do we get that? So same way, using driver. Every time you have to use the driver. That is the only way. So I am gonna get the page title. How do I get the page title? Using driver dot. There is a method called get. Just you have to use this. It's gonna return me string value. So just hover over it. It will show you what is the return type. So whenever the return type is something, you have to store it in your string variable, right? So this is my title. What title? Now I am going to validate this, right? So whenever you capture something from page, it's going to be called actual value. So always mention actual value, because that's runtime. Whenever you capture something from the page, that's going to be runtime value, which is indicated by actual word. Okay, so whatever is my requirement value or the business requirement says, that's going to be called expected value, right? Then so that we can easily compare expected with actual. It's going to be simple. So my requirement says this is what I'm going to set. I'm going to set the expectation. Okay, so it's my up to me. What is going to be displayed in the runtime during the runtime, that's not up to me. That's up to the developer's code or application. So that will be called actual expected type. Okay, so expected title is like this: the business requirement according to your SDLC, STLC, right? Before you're going to go through the business requirements, right? So that says when you have to type in the search box and click search button, the title of the page should be the search term, followed by space, followed by hyphen, followed by space, then Google search. Okay. So exactly I'm gonna set this in Java. So I'm gonna set it search term. Where is the search term? Search term is here. Where is it? Where is search term? Where did we click search term? Here. Okay. Okay, so just to generalize this, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this. Okay, and instead of using like this, I'm gonna create a string variable right here on top, because I'm gonna make it global for the current class only, so it's still local, but just put it on the top, just to declarations of variable should be on the top of the class. So I'm just putting it here, or you can also put it here. Okay, so just to make it simple, I put it here. Search equals total codes. So instead of passing this at times, what I'm going to do is I will pass the variable value. I just pass the variable so that I can use it many times. That's mean search. So it has to appear whenever you type partially and press Control space. It has to autofill. Okay, let's see if it's able to autofill. Okay, so that's enter. Close it. Okay, so it autofilled actually. Afterwards, something happened. So control this. So there is some error. So let's see some spelling mistake. Okay, actual title. string, actual title string, expected value. Okay, create constant string. Okay, so it's basically we can declare these on top of it. So instead of here, so I'm going to declare it on top and then assign these values in the middle of the class. So let's declare it on top of here. Okay, so expected title it would be search term plus is second space, right? This is a search term expected title. Actual title I'm going to capture it sometimes, so I'll just place it null so that it won't stay unassigned. So something is assigned null value. I declare the variable and assign. Okay. So coming back here, I don't need to reassign the expected value. It's already assigned, right? And actual value is already declared. So I'm gonna just assign the value, which is driver.getID. Okay. Now I got both actual and expected, right? Now all I have to do is compare. How do I compare? This is actually the validation part, which is important for the STL process. Okay, so if is the condition to compare two values, here it is 0, right? So far, are you there? Can you see my screen? Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
So I have to check because if I get disconnected, I just go on speaking. You don't hear anything. Okay, so how do we compare expected and actual? Simple. So if expected title not equals to is a comparison operator. So if it is an integer, you just mention how do you compare double equals, but these are strings, so you cannot use double equal. Dot equals is a function again. Dot equals actual title. Okay, so it's going to compare both. If both are equal, then what I'm going to do? To the console that is pass. Okay, later on I'll show you how to report it to different files and everything. So I will just mention that expected age. So that is a pass case. So I can mention pass. Else part would be the fail case, right? So if expected is not equal to actual, then it would be considered as fail, obviously. So all I have to mention is the same. Or not simple. Just to keep it simple, we can enhance this later on. Okay. So after this is done, what I'm going to do is finally I can quit. So I told you try catch finally before, right? Try if any exception occurs, it will come to the catch and it will print stack trace so that we can investigate. So if you see the exception here. So finally what I have to do is that's more appropriate. So finally what I will do is dot. So the driver is not available finally. So if it is not available, what you have to do is you have to declare the variables on top. So let's take this variable. This browser setup has to be done on top of try. I'll just cut this. Let that be a function. So it will start logging from the try block only. but let's see here. Okay, error is coming because I didn't complete the sentence. Driver now it will show the driver as available because I mentioned in top C driver. Now what I'm going to do is close the driver. Okay. Okay. There are two options. One is close and one is quit. Quit. Okay. What is the difference? Difference is if I'm just executing single test case one at a time, then I'm going to open one browser only, right? Then I can close one only. So that's when you use close. If you're doing parallel testing, that means multiple browsers will be open, multiple instances of driver will be open, then just to quit all at once, then you can use driver for the parallel testing. So don't worry about this. I'm just going to write it and comment it. So this is the complete test case, at least for now. So what it's going to do, it's going to open and search and capture the title, compare both of them, and print, pass or fail, and close the browser. Okay. So let's run it. So next time it will close automatically. So right now I'm closing it manually. Okay. Close this too. And run it. Okay, text typed and clicked on it, and then now it's going to capture and close it. Okay, now you can see the result in the console window. So it says whatever is displayed over there. Automate. Okay, this is what I'm logging for purpose. For logging purpose, I'm displaying the automation is Selenium WebDriver. That is the title. Then finally, pass. Expected and actual titles are equal because they are equal. If they are not equal, it would have failed. So I just want to show you the fail case also. So let's say my requirement says this is according to the requirement. Expected always comes according to requirement. Either it is manual test case or automation test case, doesn't matter. So this is the requirement. Actual value comes from where? Now, to fail it deliberately, what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to skip these spaces and see. It would be search term and if in Google search without spaces. Me at times, I can Google search. That's what my requirement says. And actual is going to have spaces. Obviously, it's going to fail. So let's see that too. Okay, how it fails. It wouldn't fail with red mark. It would just fail with the black ink only because it's not auto exception. It's just an error. Error according to the application, not our code issue. It would be developed code issue. In that case, what you have to do is you have to raise the defect in Jira or other tools, and then follow the developer. So just to simulate the same failed case, I deliberately change the expected value. So let's see that. Okay, so now, okay, so what it displayed? Fail. Expected and actual base are not equal. Why? Because there is space. So you can also mention the same thing in detail. Okay, in the what is expected and what is the actual value and how they are not matching and etc. You can mention all this in the logs, which is like n logs. That's what we call. Okay. So this is the simple test case, simple the sense it's a linear framework, I would call it. Okay, I'll just mention it here. This case, Chrome, launch Chrome browser, open your Google, search for something, capture something, captured what? Title, right? Page title. And validation, close the browser. This is exactly what we did. So this should be called linear framework. So no complication, just pure sync straightforward automation, right? Now in the next class, what I'm going to use, what I'm going to take is different approach, which is module-based approach. Today we have seen linear approach, right? Linear. Class, I'm going to show you modularized framework. That means we're not going to go straight forward, but we are going to subdivide into parts using different site called demoau.com, because it's more like flight resolution application. And then we can go to different also kayak.com or cheap flights and different. Okay. So third one is hybrid approach. This is more keyword util page object. So it's have a lot of layers in it. So this is the next, and I'm gonna show you on the next class. Any questions in this class? Now, Russell, you can execute and let me know in the next class or whenever whether it's working for you or not. So most likely it should be path issues or drive issues, letters like this. Next class, I'm going to show you in this.
Jangam, how do you put the GitHub, please? This example.
Say that again.
GitHub, you can push the GitHub. Okay.
So yeah, I will push it because I think I have pushed the Java code. Let me show you quickly. Okay. So if everybody is comfortable, let's use the GitHub. Otherwise, I am going to use the drive also, Google Drive, so no issues. Let me open that. Yeah, so this is for Java, whatever we discussed so far for the core Java classes, I have already pushed, and this is the URL. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so this contains exactly same code that I have shared using the Google Drive, right? So all the files are there exactly. So all you have to do is, I'll tell you how to do it. So once you open this URL that is already mentioned in here, Java notes on the top I have mentioned. Okay, so if you look at this GitHub, this is the one. Okay, just shape it, copy it, and paste into your browser. Okay, you'll come here, then click on this clone or download. Same thing. Okay, so if you're gonna clone, okay, there are a couple of steps or commands here to follow. You can download this zip. It will download, parent, simple. Then you can unzip it and import it. Same way you can do it using Google Drive. So if you want to copy this, you're going to copy this and git steps. I put it somewhere here. Let's see. Okay, so you have to follow certain steps. Probably in the next class I'll explain. You have to download git bash from here. Okay, I'll share these steps with you. Either use git bash, which is like more of like command prompt. If you're more comfortable with command line interface. Command window, Microsoft command, like just like this. Okay, or if you're not comfortable with this, desktop version is like desktop version, desktop you can download. And these are the clear steps I mentioned. Create your account, just like I created here. This is my account. So you're going to go here and create your account, and go to this Java tutorial. This is the one. Don't worry about this one yet. Okay, so this is later, but Selenium I'm going to share later. But go to here and fork it. One I showed you is download, that is different. So you have to fork it. Click on this guy. Okay. So once you click on it, it will be enabled for you because I cannot fork my own code. So eventually, once you go here in your own account, hit this and come to my project, and you will be able to fork it. Okay. Click on that fork symbol, and so that we don't affect the master. This is my master branch. Okay, that means it's a main branch. So then you can clone or download, clone your fork into your local system by opening in desktop version or whatever, download zip. Okay, unzip the project, import project into your Eclipse, same way. And so this is mainly used for your own homework, doing your homework in your own branch. And install it, add new files, add to index, just like I did. So it will show question mark before, right? So all you have to do is right click.
Today are you upload the GitHub, because I didn't use the Google Drive, that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is better for me in GitHub. Okay, thank you.
GitHub is better. Yeah, GitHub is better because it's project real-time project approach. A Google Drive nobody is going to use in real time.
Yeah, because I didn't use the Google Drive. This is inconvenient for me.
So let me just explain this. Then add to menu first time files. Okay, and there are some commands. If you are going to follow the commands, these are the commands you have to follow. Open the git bash, then you type this Google config so and so your whatever you have signed up with GitHub during registration. Then you mention your name. Then what you have to do is first time you have to git clone. Okay, I didn't mention the git. Firstly, you type git clone. Then actually this would be .git, something .git. Okay, so once you do, and then followed by your own wherever you, for example, you open your git bash in C drive, right? So then you're going to mention in the C drive what project you want. So it will be the same Java tutorial. This will be your workspace. Then it will download the whole thing into your local. Then whatever you worked on your homework or something, you can add this using the command and then commit and push. Or you can also do like this. Right click here. Okay, all you have to do is first configure the git here, then come to right click on the project, come to team, okay, then add files, add to index. Now question mark will become proper here. All right. So question mark means it's not added. So once you add, what you have to do is right click team, then commit. See, plus sign. So question mark became plus sign automatically. That means you're ready to add. Then commit, push. So it's the same thing. So either you follow this navigation approach or the command approach, like add, commit. So same thing it will do if you type git commit. So don't worry, we will see this not yet. So first concentrate on the Selenium coding, then we will see sharing. So initially I will share in both Git and Google, right? So you can either take from Git or Google, right? GitHub or Google, right? From the next class, I will also show. Since it's almost 11 o'clock for you, I will end this here. Okay. Any questions in coding wise? Don't worry about the sharing. Sharing, I will share. Any questions here? So you just try it out on your machine, or you can copy paste, but try to change your according to your system. So it would be paths that would differ just from system to system. Okay, so try it for your own system and try to validate that instead of just going blindly with this one. Okay, so that way you will be ready for the next session, which is the module is approach for this one. Okay, if no more questions.
Singham, can I show my screen?
Oh yeah. Now you can. It's your thing. Now I can see your screen. Oh, just yeah, I can see.
So like when I run it, it's throwing this error.
Okay, go back to Eclipse and let me see later. Okay, it says no such element. So no such element exception will be thrown when you have XPath wrongly. Okay, so that's the main issue. E drive probably you have. Okay, so I don't doubt that.
No.
So
The thing is, no. Let me show you something. Look, it's gonna run. Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is today's code, right? You just parallelly tried on your own.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's run it and see.
So like after that, like it's gonna show some kind of error. Look at that. Look at this error.
Okay, so click on that error. Okay, it says wait. Right there it says no such element with this XPath. What was the XPath? This in double slash input something, right? So let's go to your Chrome browser and validate that XPath. It might be different. Okay, the double slash input title dot. Okay, you see the dot, that was the error. Remove the dot, right? That was the culprit. So title equals to search. Yeah, everything looks fine. Now run it again. So your property name said title dot, which is not correct. Title is a property name, so it should be okay. Typo was okay. Let's. So is it running fine now?
Oh yeah, it works.
It works. So that was the error, you see. So always make sure you validate the text path in the browser, like I validated. You get one-of-one match. So then copy exactly and paste it here. If you again type it in the Eclipse, you're going to make mistakes like typo. So when it matches in the Eclipse, when it matches in the Chrome browser, one-of-one match, then that is correct text path. You copy it exactly and paste it on to the Eclipse. So one more thing is get exceptions such as no such element exception, no such element found exception. 100% is related to XPath. Okay, so there are some exceptions by looking at which you can immediately tell where the error is and you can go and fix it right away. So no such, you can make a note of it. I'll just I make a note of it in the next class. No such element found exception directly refers to wrong XPath or typographical errors in XPath. Okay, just make note of it. Okay, so I'll continue next class if no more questions.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions from anyone else? Okay, so I'll share the notes tomorrow because it's already late. Bye-bye.